Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Miami for episode 9 of the Nightlife, our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle with this beautiful coterie. Since we are dealing with some heavier subject material in these last couple of episodes, I do want to go ahead and start off by saying that Vampire the Masquerade is a storytelling game of personal horror. So if that doesn't sound like something that you're going to be able to sit here and enjoy, we encourage you to take a step back and really give yourself the space that you need. I have safety tools in place with my entire cast here, so we've all talked about what we're cozy with. There might be some violence. There might be just a little bit of blood and guts and gore here. We'll try and keep it pretty toned down so that we can have you all stick around for the whole episode. As usual, we're going to jump right back into the action. And then we'll have everybody go around the room at the end and introduce themselves. We learned a lot of stuff last week. So let's just recap so that everyone can kind of remember what we were dealing with. Trevor was doing a ton of research for you guys, and you had made your way back to La Palabra. And he said he just needed a little more time to make sure that he understood what he was sharing with you, which gave us time to observe a few other sort of everyday practices around the place. We learned exactly how badly employee reviews can go at the Magnus Hotel. Maybe not rest in peace, Bill. He was kind of a jerk, but that's the thing that we witnessed. Louvier came up with a pretty clever plan to try and assuage the guilt of forgetting his date with Bastien.
Right.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how that works for you. And then with a full 12 hours of digging, Trevor finally put together the pieces for you. And he found a ton of information, not only about Isadora, but also about La Palabra and kind of the situation that you all have just sort of found yourself in. You found several of Isadora's more embarrassing older identities back when she was kind of just getting her footing as the now law mogul that she is. You learned that she had been buying up historic properties in Miami through the law firm, seemingly with the sole purpose of destroying them, which struck you all as a little bit odd. You also found some genealogical information on Isadora. She had always claimed that her family had been invested in Miami since the days of the conquistadors, and you found that to be true when you discovered a family tree. At the apex of this family tree was a portrait, an inked portrait of a devastatingly handsome man with the initials MRR. That lines up with a lot of information that you have. Not only is it the MRR law firm that Isadora is currently working for, but Maceo Romero is a name that has popped up time and time again. With Isaac, with the research that you've found so far, with the ownership of La Palabra. And then Peter showed up. He received an interesting text message from Louvier, and he needed to come to La Palabra and to get to the bottom of it and to figure out what was going on. And then a hand, a shriveled, desiccated hand crunched out of the cracked plaster and gripped him by the throat.
That's right. Probably
This hand was drawing him into an all too familiar routine for both Louvier and Carmina, who were both watching. That's where we're going to pick up. So Louvier and Carmina, as you kind of step out into the main room of La Palabra and you see this hand followed by a husk of a figure really wrap itself around Peter's body. He sort of crumples in emotion, which makes sense. He wasn't expecting to be attacked by a wall. And as he falls to his knees, his hand comes out of his suit jacket, and another small airplane-sized bottle of rum with a little note attached to it rolls out of his pocket and spins along the floor. And this noise, it's hard to describe it. It sounds like death. Crunching and slurping as this corpse latches on to Peter's neck in front of you. Peter's eyes, at first wide with fear, glaze over. What would you like to do?
I would like to pick up it's a note wrapped around the bottle.
It's like a little to from tag kind of thing.
I'm gonna take that and kick the bottle aside.
Okay. Louvier.
I'm kind of just going to take a stance to move quickly if I need to move myself and Carmina, but not necessarily approach.
Okay. Carmina, you pick up this bottle that's rolled along the floor towards you. And if you pull off the note, it's just a little tag, and you flip it open. And it just says, "Forgive me," and then a little heart.
Useless.
This figure in front of you doesn't seem to take notice of your presence just yet. But watching this process, it's like watching the tide rush in. This body seems to reanimate right in front of you, and what was gray green, rotten, dry flesh suddenly seems to come to life. And it doesn't take long, perhaps 15, 20 seconds, before in front of you, the corpse and Peter have seemingly changed places. And Peter is now empty and hollow. And where there once was a corpse, now stands a truly breathtaking, even for you, Louvier, a breathtaking, a devastatingly handsome man with wavy black hair and tanned skin. Completely naked.
I like this better than Peter.
You're muted, Carmina.
I was muted. I said, I agree.
I told him that we were dating. So what do you think we should do about this?
Well, he hasn't opened his mouth yet.
Giselle, you're actually still back in the office.
Oh, I'm still in the other room.
Yeah,
Yes,
you all did
Never
not
mind.
come out. You wanted to continue
No,
researching.
I thought we heard the screaming though. And that was,
Yeah.
I was waiting for screams and I heard screams and I came out.
Okay, then yeah, you all would come into this scene. The man would stand and kind of crack his back and roll his shoulders just once and turn his head to meet your all's eye line and just sort of buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
It seems I've been asleep for a time.
Is that
I'm
what
sorry,
you
who
call-
are you?
Oh, Oh.
And why are you naked?
Do you not like the view?
There we go. Thank you. Yes.
I mean,
No complaints.
He's gonna walk over directly to you, Raina, and like kind of between Louvier and Carmina almost. And he sort of gently takes your hand if you let him. And he'll press a light kiss to your knuckles.
oh,
Maseo. You've heard of me. I'm not surprised, honestly.
Not in the best ways, let me tell you.
Well, you all know who I am. Yes?
We know a lot of you now.
What?
Not enough.
Again, if you do not like the view, I'm happy to put something on, but unfortunately, I am somewhat unprepared.
Let's not get hasty now.
At that moment, a rapid, stern knock comes on the front door of La Palabra. It does not stop. It seems you all have visitors.
Right. Should we answer? Honestly, I really want to roll like a composure roll to see if I can keep this together.
You know what? Yeah. Roll me. It's an odd dice pool. Roll me your composure and your willpower.
Okay. All right. I did go at 4 successes.
Hey.
It's a strange sensation, Raina. You haven't been alive for a long time, but you get the sense that you would be blushing pretty hard right about now if that were indeed something that your body wanted to do in its unalive state. You do kind of manage to just sort of like in the moment and absorb the situation that's happening.
Great. I'm gonna go answer the door, and I'm gonna. What size are you? You're like a medium build, right? Like,
oh, darling, there's nothing medium about me. It's mostly large, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Great. I will go find you some large, and I like go walk off and like go answer the door.
Maseo makes no move to leave the room or cover himself. He just kind of eyes you all very carefully. Carmina.
Yes.
What is Carmina's posture, her body language like right now?
She's always very like poised.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Make me. No. Hold, please. What is Carmina feeling?
A lot of confusion. Just came through the wall. And now he's naked. Peter's gone. I like that. But I'm just mostly, I have a lot of questions.
Okay. So a little bit of confusion, but also some relief at the fact that now you don't have.
I mean, yeah.
Heater. Okay. All right. Okay. It seems like Maceo's attention almost narrows on you in that moment, and he sort of squints just a little, and he looks at you, and then he looks down at what's left of Peter. And you see the corner of his mouth just upturns slightly in a little bit of a smirk. My kind of woman.
And
And then he's going to kind of turn to face the front door, which Raina has just reached. Do you open it, Raina? Or do you just kind of like crack it a little bit? What does this look like?
I am actually gonna use something. I'm using something. Heightened senses. I'm assuming there's nothing like blaring sound wise in the club, correct?
I mean, there's the guy knocking on the door, like he hasn't stopped. Whatever is knocking on the door is just kind of like.
Okay, I still want to use heightened senses. I want to use sound. I know that's gonna be really loud for me, but I want to see if I can hear breathing or any sort of rapid breathing.
Okay. Yeah, that will do. You hear two very calm breathing patterns. They don't sound disrupted in any way by ailment. They don't sound particularly anxious in any way. However, you hear a third breathing pattern that is very obviously some kind of breathing disorder, deviated septum. There's something going on there, maybe a sinus infection. It's just kind of nasally and phlegmy.
I'm going to. I don't know what I want to do there. I'm gonna crack the door open just a slight touch, just to let like one of my like green eyes out.
Okay. Giselle, Louvier, and Carmina, you see Raina kind of pauses a moment and collects herself and then cracks the door open as you all are standing there with a naked man and a dead body.
I will prepare to cloud memory.
Okay.
Should we need to?
Okay. Raina, when you crack the... Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Is there anything in the club I can use to obstruct that view? Oh, you know what? Could I use Shadow Cloak to create shadows that would block the view behind me?
Yes. However, it is going to be fairly obvious that you are the source of that. You know, it's a cool ability, but it's not exactly subtle.
Fair. Okay.
But good thought. Keep that in your brain box. Raina, you crack the door ever so slightly, and in front of you, actually in front of you and slightly below your line of sight, there's a little man with a balding head and big Coke bottle glasses. He's wearing a short sleeve button up, and he has a clipboard tucked up under his arm, and he is the one furiously rapping on the door. He's also the one with the deviated septum. Behind him stand two individuals, a young man and a young woman, both of them highly involved in doing something on their phones. They actually have phones similar to you, like a BlackBerry kind of thing, that they're deeply engrossed in. The woman wears a two-piece business skirt suit, and the young man is wearing a button down and then a tie that looks like it's kind of a clip-on, and khakis. And as soon as you crack the door, the man in front goes, "Oh, hello, ma'am. I'm Barney Baltus. I'm here with the Department of Business and Professional Regulation. It's time for your health inspection. We've got to get this taken care of. The governor's office sent me down. Nice to meet you."
Hi, yes, interesting. We weren't aware that there was going to be a health inspection. Do you have any sort
Surprise!
of great, yeah. We're not open for business right now. It's definitely outside of business hours. Is it possible for you to come back at a different time?
Oh, well, no, you see, I don't really do well in crowds, so I typically like to get in before all the action starts in these Miami clubs. These are my associates. This is Matilda Stewart and Simon Adams. They're trading with me right now, so they'll be looking around the premises for violations too. I know that this is inconvenient, but we do have to do these semi-annually just to make sure you guys are on your game.
Oh, you're just so sweet. Actually, like come down to eye level to him. My goodness. Do you know who I am?
I can't say that I do, ma'am. I was actually just transferred from Akron, Ohio, so I'm new to the area.
I see. I like swiftly go like in between the door and like close it behind me.
What was that? Oh,
Like,
is he falling? Do
No,
you let him in?
I'm going outside to like
Oh.
close the door so that like he doesn't see what's going on in there.
I'm gonna slowly make my way over to that just behind the door as this is happening.
Great. Maseo is going to look at Giselle and Louvier with a slightly confused expression on his face and just say, should you not invite your guests in for a drink, perhaps some entertainment? Is that not customary? You have tons of tables.
She might be concerned about the fact that you are in fact naked, and that would elicit questions that we don't necessarily have the answers to.
Also the dead body.
Oh, well, that's rather simple, don't you think? And he's actually going to bend over and just kind of grab the collar of the cheap suit that Peter had worn to the club to win back his woman, and kind of drag this body back towards the back of the club. Well, Giselle and Louvier, make me a wits and awareness roll real quick.
Ooh. It's gonna be 5 successes.
Dang.
Cool. I can see now that Peter's gone.
I can see
4
clearly
successes.
now
I'm
that
so proud of
Peter's
you.
gone.
Both of you can tell, you know, normally someone who just came out of a wall and killed one of your acquaintances, like there's not even a shred of hesitation. There's no looking around to make sure that he's going the right direction. He knows this place. He knows it like the back of his hand. And
He's
he
had
just
the
kind of like,
title for over 100 years, so that makes perfect sense to me.
it's a very confident, swift movement to the back offices with this body. You do see him along the way. He kind of starts to take the suit jacket off of Peter along the way. Meanwhile, outside, Miss, would you be trying to obstruct our inspection? Because I have to warn you, that comes with a very hefty fine, and unfortunately, I do have to inspect the premises today. That is what all of my logs stated. Matilda and Simon were kind enough to clear their schedules to come down and help. So unfortunately, this has to happen now.
I absolutely understand, and I'm truly not trying to obstruct. I just simply wanted to get your general idea of what this place is before I let you in. I just can't just let really anybody in.
Oh, well, I have a badge.
That's wonderful. So I'm gonna ask again. So you don't know who I am?
No.
Do you two?
You're a very pretty lady. Simon and Matilda behind him will just kind of like glance over his shoulder, and Simon's gonna shrug, but Matilda's gonna kind of like lean down and just whisper in Barney's ear. She's a fortune teller, sir. She's celebrity. Oh, like Madame Cleo? My mom used to call her hotline all the time. I'm a big fan of the work that you do.
that I do? I am nothing like Madame Cleo. That is a fraud.
I apologize. I didn't mean to upset you. If we could really just get along with the inspection, I promise you we'll be out of your hair in 20 minutes.
This is about the time that Carmina
Yeah.
approaches the door.
When that body's dragged out, I open the door with awe activated so that nobody's looking inside. Can I help you?
Oh my. Hello, ma'am. My name is Barney Baltus. I've been sent from the Department of Business and Professional Regulation for your semi-annual health inspection. Surprise!
Yeah, surprise is not how it happens.
It
Also,
is.
the manager is not on premises, so I'm afraid I can't let you in.
Well, I got a specific call about this property. The
From who?
mayor's office insisted that we come and take care of this. So unfortunately, you're going to have to take it up with them. It is something that I have to complete today, or else we're going to have to close down La Palabra for the foreseeable future.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that. You see, I have an understanding with the mayor, and even given everything that you've said right now, the manager is not on premises and it is not operating hours.
Ma'am, I do apologize. You're going to have to take this up with the mayor himself. He sent me.
Oh, I will take it up with the mayor, but I'm afraid I will not have to let you in today.
And you do see there's a moment where Barney looks down at his clipboard and he kind of glances over his shoulder at the two younger folks who are with him.
But, ma'am, I promise you, this will be a 5-minute walkthrough, and we won't have to do anything else for the rest of the year.
You know what? I have an idea. How about Barney? What?
Yes, Barney Baltus, ma'am.
Okay. How about I show you around to the back, and I'll give you a better entrance to start your inspection, and my colleague here, she can take care of your two assistants, but I'd love to just show you around real quick so you can see the premise.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
Great.
He kind of flips through his paperwork really quick.
You wouldn't have to happen to be Miss Magnus, would you? Carmina?
Can I help
Me?
you?
Her? Who?
This intimidating young lady. Your property is actually next on my list for today.
That's just fine. But as far as this club goes, afraid I can't let you do that.
Oh,
You're welcome to
well,
see
yes,
us
because
in the
you
hotel.
actually don't work here.
And neither is any of the managers that should be on premise, and we are not in business hours, so.
Well, then, should you all be here? Should I call the police? Because that seems like something that only a manager should be.
I mean, I do work head of security here, so I do help out. So I am authorized to actually be here. It's just that we don't have a house manager available for you to talk to at the moment. So I'm happy to show you some of the security measures that I was actually able to enforce before you have entry. And my colleague here should be able to call our manager and get her here shortly.
That would be wonderful. Thank you so much for being so accommodating, young lady. And I'm sorry I didn't know who you were. What is your name?
Reina de la Vega.
Oh my, that's beautiful. Can you say that one more time for me?
Reina de la Vega.
Miss Reina de la Vega. That's beautiful. I love it.
Oh, I'm so glad you love it. Let's go ahead and take a stroll, and I can tell you so much more about what's going on here.
Oh, wonderful.
And as you take your first few steps away from the door, Carmina, you can very clearly hear him say as he walks away, "She in a bad mood or something?"
Oh, no, you should actually see her in a bad mood.
Oh, I don't think I want that at all.
Oh, that's okay. See, that's why I took you with me this way. Yes.
I just very much am like disengaged with this conversation, and I take out my phone and I'm like texting
There's
Is
a
it,
group of 3 people texting and nobody talking.
yes.
Basically, yeah.
Like basically like my hotel security telling them get ready for an inspection.
Okay.
And then also like for Isadora, like get your butt down here.
You actually text Isadora?
I'm like, get your butt like this is not my
Wonderful.
problem.
Okay,
Not my
perfect.
problem. You deal with this.
Meanwhile, in one of the back rooms, Giselle and Louvier, did you happen to follow Maceo? Okay. You witness him undress a corpse and then like try and put on the corpse's jacket, but it was too small in the arms. So you see him kind of glance at you two and then rip off the sleeves and then put the jacket on like it's just a vest.
Florida.
The pants kind of fit. They're a little short. Maceo is big in stature.
Again, Florida.
Is this more to your liking?
Makes it easier for you to walk around outside, certainly.
I disagree, but to each his own, I suppose. When will people be by to get this? And he sort of gestures to the body that's sitting there.
We don't usually do that here.
That doesn't really answer my question.
We'll need to dispose of it ourselves.
Oh, well. You look like a strong young man. Surely you know what to do in this case. I should really take a once around the place just to make sure it's all the same. You're muted, Gabe.
That makes sense. Are you sure you shouldn't be staying here with us?
Why on earth would I need to do that?
Well, you just woke up, didn't you?
Yes.
And we would be much better liaisons to show you around this lovely city that you would become accustomed with, as well as if there's something you want, well, we could beautifully serve you and get you what you need.
He's gonna lean in close to you, Louvier.
There he is.
And where normally you would be all about this,
Yeah.
there's something heavy about his presence. My dear boy, you don't get to stick around as long as I have, falling for petty lies like that. In time, I will trust you to do my bidding. For now, all I need is for you to get rid of this body, prove your loyalty, show me that you have worth. That's all.
It made you laugh though, didn't it?
Foolish proposals usually do.
That's enough for me. And Louvier actually will walk over to the body and pick it up.
Thoughts on what you'd like to do with it?
Is there any life in this body left?
No.
Ah, Peter is dead.
Oh, super dead.
Neat.
Super dead. Like a deflated water balloon.
Oh.
Poor Peter.
Is his phone there? In his pocket?
Yeah, if you look through his pockets, yes, his phone is there.
Except his pants are on Maseo.
Oh, he would
right?
have dumped everything out. Like
Okay.
the pants are so tight on him that like the wallet, the keys, nothing was in his pockets because it wouldn't fit.
I pick up the phone, delete my text messages to him, Carmina's text messages to him, and both of our phone numbers.
Okay.
And then Yeah, I'll take the phone too. This is better. Now the better phone. Uh, Giselle, I don't know. Carmina's people do this usually. I don't usually do this. I don't know what the hell to do with this thing.
Figure it out.
That
So tell me, why now?
What do you mean?
Been living in the walls for some time. Long enough to be in the walls.
Darling, I haven't been living anywhere for quite some time.
Staying in the walls. Why now?
It was time to wake up.
You got your 8 hours in?
Something like that. This place got boring. I needed a break. It's clear you all have kept things running in my absence, so it can't be too bad here right now.
mhm.
I appreciate you all taking care of the place in my absence. It'll make it all the more easy to step back into what I once knew.
And that is?
Power. What else is there?
How do you see power manifesting? Different people have different thoughts on power. Some think it's money, some think it's fame, some think it's sex, some think that it's inner peace. What is power to you?
I control Miami. The most beautiful places, the most beautiful people.
Hmm.
If there's
Been a while
anything
since
else,
you've been in Miami.
you seem upset about something.
No?
For a woman of God, you seem obstinate.
Who said I'm a woman of God?
You do have your necklace with the cross on it, correct?
I do.
No. You wear the symbol.
It's a shape. It has meaning to some.
Could everyone except for Giselle mute? He stands there, sizing you up, Giselle. You're used to this interaction. You are always underestimated in every situation you find yourself. It's part of what works to your advantage most of the time. As you stand there, and Maseo smiles at you, that little smile, inside your head, you hear his voice, clear as day. Power can be anything you want it to be. But I assure you, you'll find it with me, dear girl. And he just continues to sort of stare you down. Now, I apologize if it feels like I've overstayed my welcome. Perhaps you'd be kind enough to show me around.
I thought you knew the place like the back of your hand.
I do, but it's always more pleasant to be shown a room by a beautiful woman.
Well, then you should call Carmina.
She doesn't have the fire that you do, my dear.
This is an office. Over there is an office. Over there is a restroom. That's the bar. This is storage. That's the dance floor.
Lovely. And he actually walks
Anything
past you.
Missing?
He walks past you when you mention the dance floor. And he walks directly over to a series of panels in the wainscoting, and he kicks the bottom of one, and the top flips out. And inside, you see he reaches in and he pulls out a very old pocket watch style piece. And he pushes the board back into place. And Louvier, you would have seen this too. You're muted again, love.
The only thing I could see was you mouth my name.
Cool.
So I know.
Louvier, that's impressive lip reading. You saw Maseo walk over to a baseboard on the dance floor and he kind of kicked it out, a very specific board, and he actually pulled out an old pocket watch as he was standing there. You also witnessed Giselle sass him about the offices and the restroom and the storage. Carmina, did you go back inside after?
Yes.
And you
Because
would
I
have
just-
also witnessed this. So, perhaps you all can tell me what's going on in my city these days. Come along, there's no reason to be quiet. I reward those who help.
Now, where do you want to start?
Here would be a good place. I noticed that there's some extra rooms that I didn't authorize, so I can only assume that that's new. And he is gesturing to the rooms that are adjoining to the Magnus Hotel right now.
Yes, Carmina, please tell us more about that.
Are you referring to my offices? Or the what other rooms?
Remember, there was the adjoining room that had just a couple tables in it. It was kind of like a
conference room.
yeah, kind
Conference
of
room.
just a meeting space for you to talk to potential clientele without it
Mhm.
being in the hotel.
Right. Sometimes you need privacy to conduct business.
Go on. What is this business that you speak of?
It depends on who I'm speaking to. Just the other day, I had a business meeting, or was supposed to be a business meeting with the mayor, which he didn't show up. Just an example.
Men have very busy schedules, my dear. You must understand that. I'm sure he didn't mean to miss your meeting.
My time is valuable. Time is money. He wasted my time. He wasted my money.
How long have you been asleep, if I may ask?
I
Do you
cannot
know?
tell. it feels long. I believe
I'll say what year it is. See if that like clears up anything. Like it is 2021. So,
oh, then yes, it has been quite some time. 100 years or so.
So you've been in the walls completely unaware of everything that's been going on. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
There's no other like comfortable place to do this? Why?
What do you mean? This was the safest location.
safest from what? My lord?
Everything.
Why?
Whenever you have something of value, people will always look for ways to take it from you. If I was gone, my investments were more likely to stay safe. A dear friend left town, and there was no reason for me to deal with this.
Fair enough.
But I am genuinely curious as to what positions you all hold here. This is a strange assortment to wake up to.
I own the hotel that is attached.
Really?
Yes. Had I known that you needed a place to hide out, I would have happily accommodated you, as that is my specialty for this hotel, if you catch my drift.
I do love a powerful woman. As it stands, that offer may yet come in useful. The more people find out I'm here, the more danger we are going to find ourselves in. Meanwhile, outside, Reina de la Vega leads Barney Baltus and his two minions around the building.
It was only Barney.
It was just, well, Matilda and Simon follow him. They cannot leave him alone.
Okay.
Miss De La Vega, is there a reason that we're in an alley? I don't need to inspect the outside of the building, just the inside.
Well, so there were some problems that we were having. There was really large rodents around here, and I thought like maybe perhaps it would help if you saw maybe perhaps the source that it would have come from, something to that effect.
You
Matilda
said
Simon-
vermin, and he's gonna click his pen and start scribbling on his clipboard.
Yeah, I've seen some like alligators running around. It's very strange, some of the stuff that I've seen here, and I watch them on the security cameras just to make sure that they don't breach the premises, but gosh, it's so strange. Simon, Matilda, if you would go ahead of me just a little bit, you'll see the entrance of those where I think they might be coming from. I'm too spooked, and I grab onto Barney like as a security thing. Please don't leave me here alone.
Oh, that's really inappropriate. I am flattered, but not interested. So, if you wouldn't mind, like you can stay here with Simon and Matilda, they're still trading, so they don't really know what to look for. And he's just going to take a couple really quick sort of waddling steps forward down the alley. Wait, I don't really see anything up here.
Is Simon and Matilda looking as well?
They're still into whatever email they were reading before.
Great, cool. I basically go up to Barney, latch on his neck, and like rip it open there, like basically snap his neck.
Is this in line of sight of Matilda?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Next.
Great. Cool. Neato. Roll me. Ooh, God. Roll me Dex and Brawl?
Gladly.
Least.
Actually, can I argue for athletics because it's a jump onto him?
Are you literally leaping on him? Because that will most assuredly be seen by the two interns. But I'm not going to stop you if that's what you want to do.
I mean, my original plan was that those two weren't there. It was just Barney, but I'm going ahead with it because I'm by myself.
If you don't care that they see you, go ahead and use athletics instead. But if that is of any consequence to you, it's going to be Dex and Brawl.
Nope, not any consequence. I got a backup plan. Dex
Okay.
and athletics. One, 2, 3, 4. Woo!
5 successes. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. As you kind of make this move, and I imagine Reyna is a very graceful creature. So I imagine this is a very quiet, almost like sort of a ballet sachet style leap is what's in my mind. As you're in the air, Barney kind of bends over to examine a hole at the base of the building, and you just kind of sail right over his head. He's real short, so it was not a super easy target for you to make. So you kind of land directly in front of him.
Miss De La Vega, I assure you I'm fine. You don't need to protect me. It's just I'm a big strong man. I can deal with the vermin for you. Don't you worry.
I thought you said you didn't want to protect me.
Well, but you came running. I assumed that you were trying to deal. There's no rats that I can see here. Are you sure that this was the hole you saw them in?
Yes.
That's very strange. It's Simon, Matilda, can you all come take some photos with your cellular phones? Just to light up the area and just make sure that we're not missing anything for Miss De La Vega.
And they do kind of sigh to themselves and take a few steps forward. Matilda doesn't move towards the hole in any discernible fashion, but Simon does kind of bend over and just like snap a quick picture on his phone of this hole in the ground.
Well, it doesn't appear that there's any issue right now, Miss De La Vega. Anywhere else you'd like us to check out before we go inside, or?
Simon, Matilda, is it possible to have a private moment with Barney just real quick?
I suppose that's all right. Would you two mind going back around front and seeing if that detestable woman is perhaps in a better mood now, please?
And they do kind of just briefly glance up from their blackberries and start to exit the alley.
Now, Miss De La Vega, I did tell you, I am flattered, but I'm not interested, and no means no. Now, I would be happy to be a professional colleague to you, and perhaps a contact in the government, if you know what I mean. I'm happy to help out, but that
So-
has to be it.
Going to stop you right there. I understand that no means no. I would probably never put you in that situation, nor would I ever go for you in that sort of situation. Secondly, you will never be a colleague of mine because have you seen my stature? I am way above your level. Thirdly, can you look over there for 2 seconds?
Yeah, he looks immediately.
And I launch into his neck.
Okay. What is your intent here?
I'm killing him.
All right. Are you just ripping a chunk out of it, or are you drinking?
I'm drinking till he's dead.
All right. And very similar to the process that you all witnessed inside, though much faster because this man is diminutive in size. This little man begins to crumble it on himself, and you hear one last kind of gargled, "Oh my goodness," as his body doubles over. And go ahead and slake your thirst, my dear. There is a bit of a smell, a taste, very metallic. Yeah, a very metallic taste to this pencil pusher.
Mm-hmm. Great. There's a dumpster nearby, right?
Yeah.
I literally just hoist his body into the dumpster. I send a text to Carmina and team saying body cleanup in the alleyway, and I like march myself into the club, very pissed off, open the back door and like walk in.
About that time, Matilda and Simon are back at the front door. Carmina, important point of clarification. I'm guessing you locked the door behind you, but I'm gonna ask
yeah.
because you were texting.
Yeah, but I very much was just like offended. Like I had my awe activated, and he went and called me like an annoying woman or whatever words
You were
he
being
used.
real mean.
That is my nature. So I absolutely was locking the door behind me because I'm like, this is not my problem. This is no longer my problem. Do I receive that text at this point from Raina?
Yeah.
Then I will immediately call for cleanup.
Perfect. Okay. While you're kind of going through your phone and receiving this message from Raina, you do see that the text you sent to Isadora has been read, but there is no response. And you are able to just kind of like dial over to the front desk, which Trevor is back at, by the way. He's been up for like 36 hours straight at this point. And he's like, Magnus Hotel, Trevor speaking. How can I help you today?
Trevor, oh, I texted this to him.
Oh, you texted him? Okay.
Yeah, because I did not want any ears.
To talk to him. I get it. It's fair.
Yeah.
He loves you, but that's fine.
Like they know my codes. They know, I just need to give them a location.
Cool. He does absolutely understand what you're trying to tell him, and he just sends you back an emoji of a thumbs up.
Me too.
That is the sound of the emoji.
And I
Yeah.
do send a text back to Raina just saying, done.
While that was happening, Maseo was just kind of listening to you all. How much information would you kind of give him about Miami in its current state? What would you bring up to him as far as the actual culture goes, and then as far as Kindred culture is concerned? Because you all have had some disturbing experiences in the past couple days.
I'm probably pretty transparent about the Kindred culture.
That's up to you.
Yeah.
You do get the sense. I mean, you can tell that this is this is an elder.
Yeah.
This is someone who would demand your respect.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
so I'll be transparent about like what Louvier knows about the Kindred culture to this figure, even a little bit of like some of the conflict of like bodies being thrown to trigger fury frenzies.
okay.
And it explicitly try to frame it in a way of them being foolish for trying to do something so ugly. Beauty.
A rose knows another rose. You are going to be a good friend to me. And he kind of clasps you on the shoulder. And for the briefest of moments, you do see his expression darken just a little bit with concern.
Oh.
Very quickly, I need everyone except for Louvier to either mute or remove your headphones.
I care about nothing else but him.
Louvier.
Mm-hmm.
With Maceo's hand on your shoulder as he sort of strokes his chin pensively,
Mm-hmm.
there's a voice in your head.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you desire, my friend? Above all else.
I simply want to watch others fail while they see me have a beautiful success and victory. And they envy that envy. Oh, it will feed me for ages.
Then you've aligned yourself with a powerful ally tonight. I can make those lesser beings envy you forever.
Then I am yours to serve, my lord.
Come back. There's a brief moment of uneasy silence as you all stand there. Before again, there's another knocking on the front door, but this time it's not quite so frantic. It doesn't persist. It's just like 3 heavy knocks. And about that time is when Reyna charges into the room.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm so tired of this. Louvier, I think the folks outside probably need your expertise better than mine.
Oh, okay. Well, I dropped Peter. We might have to clean that up, but gladly. I do
Okay.
love entertainment.
It's 2 health inspector assistants. I just took care of the health inspector, so good luck.
Wait, what does that mean?
They want to come in the club, so please don't let them in the club, Louvier.
I'm sorry,
Oh.
what is this health inspector?
They believe that they have a good conscious idea of what is and is not healthy in an area. But reasonably speaking, most of them are just driven by money like lesser beings. So if there's 2 outside, I'm just going to go.
Hold on. Why? I'm sorry. I missed the whole part where we're telling him all of our information.
I mean, yes.
Darling, it's my information. This is my home. You're welcome in it, but do not mistake me for one who forgets who owns this place.
I just kind of shoot Raina a look like, you know who this is, right?
I've got the vapors. I'm going outside. I go outside.
Before you leave, I do you want help?
Sure.
I'll go with
Oh,
Livy.
oh God. They're in danger. Yeah, let's go.
Just let him know if you need help.
What did you do with the body of the...
Don't worry about it.
No, I think this is something we do need to be concerned about.
Wait, did you...
Not really. Not anymore.
Bonita, what is it that happened outside?
I simply took care of a problem the best way I know how to do.
Nothing compromising.
You told their fortune?
Oh, very compromising. And then, cleanup crew.
Those were inspectors sent by the mayor to inspect 2 of our properties. I'm sure this will be fine.
This
Well,
happens a lot, Maseo. They do this thing where they like say something, but there's underlying tension.
if you didn't like the way I handled it, maybe you should have answered the door first.
I was dealing with the corpse
See what I mean? It's great.
and the
Listen,
naked
listen,
person.
all we have to do is just, erase that little part of surveillance cameras that caught them at the door, and then we don't know. We never saw them.
What cameras?
What cameras exactly?
You are very
It's
young,
the
aren't you?
records.
Excuse me, who are you talking to? I am fairly old of
All of
common
you.
ages.
You sit here and bicker like children.
Never asked you
Certainly,
to-
you're smart enough to have a better plan than to murder in an alley.
What better option was there? They were going to either come in here and see you all in your full glory.
I mean,
Muchas
honestly,
gracias.
even dead man aside, just a naked person in a business is a health code violation in and of itself. So, we would have been off to a bad start.
I'm sorry,
There were
how am I looking like
alternatives.
the bad guy here when I was trying to take care of the problem?
No one said you're the bad guy.
I feel like it.
There will be questions if someone sent by the government disappears on property. Surely you realize that.
I do. Then
Nothing
maybe
money
this is
can't
your
fix.
So what would you recommend for the other 2 then, since we are already in a predicament?
Let's invite them in.
And then?
Considering you murdered their friend, it would be silly for us not to be suspicious that he didn't show back up.
Oh, the
Wouldn't
other
you
2
agree?
are still outside?
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit. Okay.
We could. Well, could we not negate their memory in some way?
Yes,
Yeah.
we could. Luvi,
We're in
let's go
agreement
talk
then.
to them.
Maseo walks over and swings the front door wide open.
Wait, I thought Luvi and I were going to get them.
We were, and then
I thought
he
you
just-
stopped to have this conversation.
Oh,
Yeah.
we did, but then I just asked if Luvi wanted to go get them with me.
We can. I think that he just interrupted us because he's a
Yeah, he
showboating
kind of did.
bastard.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
opening the door, just buck naked.
I love
No,
him.
he's dressed now.
Oh,
He's
he
dressed
is.
now. Yeah, he took Peter's
good.
clothes, ripped the sleeves off, is wearing short pants.
Peter's naked.
That's
It's a
right.
very like WWE style suit look that he has going on right now. But as he swings the door wide open, he does sink into a very deep bow and makes this sweeping gesture into the room. Welcome, my friends. We're so pleased you could join us. And activates his awe. And you all know exactly what that feels like.
Mm,
That little bit of a tingle that you get.
mm, mm, mm.
And for the first time, really since they got here, they glanced up at Carmina for a moment, and it was Simon admittedly stared much longer than Matilda, but The two of them just kind of eyes go wide, and they look at him as they step into the room and almost lower their phones for a moment. Is Barney here already?
He's upstairs, darling.
Oh, we should, Simon, maybe we should inspect the bar while we're waiting for him. Sorry, guys, the faster we get this done, the faster we're out of your hair.
I believe he's already made his way over to the hotel.
Wonderful. That was really quick then. Just let me take a few notes. And you see that they do kind of walk to the opposite side of the bar and start examining the work environment. And admittedly, this is Bastien's area, and it's not super clean because Aleja hasn't been around to clean it for him. But while they're looking at it, Maceo goes to the opposite side of the bar and just kind of leans down to meet their eye line. You all should probably head over to the hotel. This is perfectly normal in here. They stand up for a minute. And are you all sure that he'd looked around the whole premises?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you show us how to get to the hotel? And their eyes keep going back to Maceo. It's not so much fascination at this point. There's almost a little bit of fear in the way they keep trying to track his movements and watch what he's doing. So is it this way?
Yeah. If you just that door
you
right
wanna-
over there. Shall I show you?
That would be wonderful. Thank you so much. Like I said, the sooner we do this, the sooner we'll be gone. It'll be fine.
Follow me. And she will lead them through that entranceway that leads into the lobby of the hotel.
Okay. Giselle, Louvier, and Raina, what do you all do?
I mean, I'm gonna stand here and just wait because clearly I made a mess of things. So I'm just gonna hang out and see what's going on here.
Okay.
Follow Maceo. Wherever Maceo goes is probably where Louvier is going to lead to in this moment.
Okay. Giselle?
I will. Yeah, I'll follow that for now. I want to see what he's doing. I want to pick up anything I can about how he's managing things, what he's looking at, and what he's asking questions about.
Okay.
Maceo, can I ask why are you here?
This is my home, Bonita.
He's
Evidently.
here because he owns all of this. He's here for power.
I'm here for you all. It appears you all need some guidance, and I'm happy to help.
Why are you happy to help young, non-directional Kindred?
You clearly possess great skill. It's just a matter of control that you seem to lack. The tools in the proper hands can accomplish much more.
Starting to sound like a fortune cookie.
And here, I thought you were the one that could see the future.
Seems that I'm blocked right now.
I believe that. Everybody but Raina, you for me for just a moment. Raina, you do have a moment where there's a tension between you and Maseo. It's a nervous energy between the two of you. And then you hear his voice in your head, as close as if he were whispering into your ear. You have nothing to fear here, child.
I have everything to fear here. I don't know who you are. I don't trust anyone. No one's helped me live this life of whatever this chaos is. How do I know?
That's not
trust
true,
you?
is it?
Not entirely true, but she comes and goes when she pleases.
Would you prefer a steadier hand?
It'd be a lot easier to adjust to this.
That's all I'm offering to you.
What do you
All
want
I
in
ask in
return?
return is your loyalty. When the time comes,
When the time comes, you ask for my loyalty. What did you do in a past time that you need us fledgling kindred to have your have loyalty for you?
from everything that Louviere told me, you all are on the cusp of something far greater than any scuffle I've caused. I'd like to live long enough to see knights on the other side. I think you would too.
Of course I would.
Then consider it. But consider it fast. You'll have to make your choice soon.
How soon?
You'll know.
Loyalty. It's interesting because some things that the woman who changed me warned me about in the past about loyalty to men.
She sounds upset.
Upset wouldn't even begin to explain it.
That sounds like something that, forgive me, but a hysterical woman might say. You don't want to align yourself with someone like that. You'll only sink with her.
Interesting that you word it that way, a hysterical woman. What makes you think that I'm not one?
And with that, you don't actually get an answer. But the uneasy tension that you just held with him slips for a minute. And he looks at you and smiles, a dazzling smile. I think that you're going to be my favorite.
We'll see.
And he follows Carmina a few paces behind, 10 or 15 steps at this point, into the lobby of the Magnus Hotel. Carmina, did you have a plan for Matilda and Simon? Can you hear me right now? Miss Carmina? We need a signal, a bat signal, something.
I'm back. I'm back.
Okay.
What's
Did you have a plan for Matilda and Simon when you led them into the lobby. Everyone is following you, several paces behind, but they are following you.
I would like to hang back a little and see if I can get Luvi to hang back with me just
Okay.
a little bit. Just slightly out of earshot, if possible.
I'm good. I'm down.
You are able to kind of hold him back a few paces. Maseo seems entirely entranced with Miss Reyna right now. So he's not really paying attention to the two of you at this moment.
So what did he promise you,
Who are you saying this to?
to Luvi?
Oh.
Whatever I wanted. It was lovely.
Interesting. And are you going to take it?
Maybe. It'd be fun to watch to see how it plays out. I did ask for a tragedy, and I have no doubt that there's no short of supply he could provide.
I don't think you need him for that.
No. But it would just be funny to watch him do it. And either way, I win. I get tragedy from him, or tragedy befalls him. But it's beautiful either way.
Carmina,
Mm-hmm.
how does this go?
As soon as we enter the lobby, I'm going to I've been leading them in, so they're walking behind me. As soon as we get into the lobby and that door closes, I turn back around to the two of them. I use mesmerize and say, report back to the mayor that everything was fine. Do it now.
There's the briefest of moments where you don't even think that they're paying attention to you. But then, as you're familiar with, their attention snaps straight to your eyes. And it takes a moment, but you see your command kind of wash over them. And Simon glances at Matilda, and Matilda starts nodding her head vigorously and furiously typing something on her BlackBerry. Simon makes an abrupt sort of 180-degree turn while dialing a phone number and bringing the phone to his ear. He kind of beelines back from whence he came, like completely dodging Maseo and Louvier and Giselle and Reyna in the process, not even acknowledging their existence at this point, and heads back to the entrance he came in through while he's on the phone. And you hear him kind of mumbling something about inspection and all clear and everything's fine, and very much an affirmative review of what's happening here. Meanwhile, Matilda is still typing furiously, but you see her do one final hard button push, and then she's just kind of standing there staring at you still.
Shall I walk you out?
Yes, now that we've concluded the inspection, everything appears perfectly fine here. We appreciate your time so much. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. This way, please. Did you come here with a car? Do you need a car?
We took a taxi.
Let me have our valet get a cab for you. And
Thank
I'll
you.
have,
Thank you.
as I lead them, or her, because he's already booked it out of there, I will ask the valet to hail a cab for them.
Okay.
And then I'll make my way back.
The two of them do exit the building. And if you're paying attention, you do see a cab pull up. It's funny, Simon appeared to just start marching down the street. He didn't seem to care too much about waiting for a cab, but Matilda hops in and it pulls away from the curb. the six of you, the five of you rather, and Trevor, who's there but unimportant at this moment, all stand in the lobby of the Magnus Hotel. You handled that skillfully.
I'm not new to this.
It's polite to accept a compliment when you're given one, dear.
Is it?
This is an impressive building you've created.
It is lovely. Would you like a tour?
Not now, but eventually. I'd very much like to do business here.
You'll find that it caters to the specific needs of our kind.
It'll be a wonderful commodity in the coming months. Now, tell me, Louvier, you said something earlier, Giselle, perhaps everything that's going on. Has there been an upset recently? Territory war, something of that nature?
It would make sense.
Isn't there always?
There was a figure recently. There was a little bit of conflict, I think. And then bodies were thrown, obviously, to initiate a frenzy, cause a bit of chaos, make things irresistible. Exactly.
I see. Well, as long as battles remain outside our walls, they're easier to handle. At that moment, Carmina, your phone buzzes. You got a text message from Isadora. That just says, "On our way."
I just leave it on red.
Okay.
But I do let Giselle know.
How do you let Giselle know?
Is Giselle able to, do we establish Giselle can use a phone?
She doesn't have one.
Doesn't have one. Gotcha. Okay.
So it's not a can't but a won't kind of situation.
Sure, we'll call it that.
Well then I'll put it in a group text with Luby and with Reina, and just say like, finally she's coming back, although a little too late.
LOL.
Send question marks.
And I'll just be like, ugh. I say that out loud, and then I'll type, Isadora is on her way.
Will all of you roll me Dex and Stealth real quick? I just want to see how smooth y'all are while you're texting. Just to see.
This is why you shouldn't look at your phone.
Who do you
walk.
want?
All three of you who are texting right now.
Louvier says.
Okay, but this guy's been in a wall for 100 years. He doesn't see cell phones.
He's gonna see it as super weird.
This hashtag Timberland. It's too late to apologize.
Dex and what? Dex and what?
Stealth.
Dex and stealth. Gotcha.
Dex and Stealth.
3 successes.
Okay.
Three successes.
I got 2.
2. All right.
That's too many dice you just rolled. What the hell?
I only rolled 4. Calm down, sir.
Bro, that sounded like 8. Like it sounded like you were like, oh, let me just pick up this whole
That was
bowl.
Yeah.
A little
Stereo.
jumpy here.
Roll them all. Great. So Carmina and Louvier, you guys are experts at this. You know, you're kind of doing like that thing, like you know how to text from inside your coat pocket, like that kind of smooth is what we're talking about here. Raina is not quite the texting addict that you all are. She prefers a more sort of like hands-on approach to communication in most scenarios. So she kind of like pulls out her phone and looks at it and like cranes her head just a little bit, and in a swift moment, Raina, Maseo is right next to you. Once again, very, very in your bubble almost. And this time, instead of taking your hand to kiss your knuckles, he sort of just very lightly sort of grabbed your wrist to raise the phone.
I can't wait to see his expression to look at a BlackBerry because they are very complicated phones.
Yes. What is this device?
It's a communication device.
Wonderful. And who does it allow you to communicate with?
Oh, just certain select individuals. When was the last time you were here gracing our presence?
It was just after the banking crisis started to take hold that...
Which one?
Which one? Well, there was only one that I knew about, so that answers that question.
You might want to check your assets.
Well, we're standing near them, my dear.
Right. Well, so the history of communication. So started off with the telegraph and all that kind of stuff, and it kind of fast forward. I give him the whole.
Who are you
history.
talking to, dear?
Oh, you. You said you wanted to know what this communication device is. Well, in order to understand what this communication device, you have to understand how it.
He tightens his grip just a little bit on your wrist.
Okay. Wonderful. Great. Thanks. Are you trying to put an emphasis on something?
Who are you communicating with?
Kindred.
He lets go. Have I not been honest with you all?
I don't know, have you? And I go to touch his hand and I want to trigger premonition.
Ooh, roll your aspects for me.
With pleasure. Just aspects or
It's aspects and what? Let me find it.
resolve?
Yes, premonition, aspects and resolve.
That's a whopping 3.
With 3 successes. You don't get a lot. And this doesn't feel like any other reading you've done before.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as if you're reaching into a well that's so deep you can't even see the bottom, let alone touch it, and trying to fish something out. And when you do, the image that comes to mind is Isadora. But it's not the Isadora that you're used to seeing. Her expression is frozen in a state of fear, unlike anything you've ever seen. And that's all you get.
Interesting.
You'll find I'm not so easy to read, dear.
Oh, but I like a challenge. I'll learn.
I was right. You are going to be my favorite. And he takes a few steps back towards La Palabra. Again, this whole time he's admiring the Magnus Hotel, and Carmina, this is a good feeling because you can tell he's impressed. This being is looking around as though this is the most magnificent, extravagant thing he's ever seen. But just below the surface of that fascination, you see the seeds of this sort of obsession just starting to take root. There's a hunger in his eyes when he looks around the hotel, more so now leaving it and heading back to La Palabra.
Okay. Is this like a haven't fed in a while type
It's
thing?
not that
or is
kind of
this
hunger.
a wow, this is all really pretty type of deal?
It's like a wow, this is really pretty and useful, and it should be mine
Oh,
kind of look.
I see. Carmina's not very happy about that. But if he's walking back towards La Palabra, and I know who is coming, is on her way, if he heads out, is now like a time where there's like a few steps back and I could just
If you
say to
wanted to
Giselle-
talk to everyone else, now would be an opportune time.
Okay, what the F? Why is he
Which
popping out
part?
on walls? Ugh, all of it. Okay, like the naked part was weird. Yeah,
Amazing.
sure. But why now?
Hmm.
And Isadora is on her way. Just what I was trying to tell you.
I think he's gonna look for her. I think he's looking for something about her. Did he talk in your guys' heads?
Yes.
Hmm.
No. What?
Oh.
See, I'm used to everything kind of here sometimes, and so I didn't know if that was me imagining things or what.
I'm just curious though. If Isadora is in this whole like power hungry grab trying to get a hold of this bar, and he's the actual like owner of this establishment, I'm really just like wishing I could have popcorn right now since she's on her way over.
Well, so she's a descendant of his.
I mean, someone might have woken him up, to be honest.
Do you think she was the one who put him in the wall?
I don't know. How old is she?
She died in 86.
I couldn't
So
have
she
her.
would have been, she couldn't have been born before 1900. She would have been in her, I mean, did we have a date of birth for her? I know we had a date of death, but
Yeah, I mean, it was right around 1962 or something like that. There was absolutely no overlap in the time periods that Maceo claims to have been awake and Isadora existed.
Well, and we know she's been looking for him. She didn't know where he was.
Right.
She was making all of those requests, trying to find him.
Mm-hmm.
You'll also recall that in the family tree information that you were given from Trevor, the men
There was
in the
always an heir who got killed and exsanguinated. The last one was
the
her
men in the
brother.
Rodriguez family had a bad habit of dying in their 20s and 30s.
And did we have we don't have though a recent Rodriguez, right?
You note that looking at that, you would have known that Carmina had a brother who died. But again, he was younger than her. There's no way that he could have known Maseo.
So are we just going to let Isadora walk in on Maseo being here? Should we give her a heads up?
I'm not giving her a heads up.
I
I
mean,
really want to see her face.
he didn't talk in your head at all.
Oh, did he talk to me?
Yeah, he didn't. See, that's weird.
What did he say to you?
He offered all of us, I assume, deals. But the person who runs a business, he didn't offer a thing.
What did he offer you?
I assume whatever we want. Am I wrong?
For what, though? In exchange for what?
For our loyalty?
Oh. Didn't ask me for that.
And then he had the audacity to say something very rude about my the woman who embraced me.
Oh, he seems very sexist. He's a
He probably didn't offer me anything because I'm sure he has his eyes on the hotel. Did you see? Literally drooling. Practically drooling.
I'm just curious to see the things that he wants. He's claiming it's all his.
If I don't know how it's going to end up, but something we should consider is if there turns out to be conflict with this figure and everybody else, they're going to ask very quickly where we are aligning ourselves. Yep. Now, mind you, I do not necessarily entirely trust Strange Wall Man, but he seems well endowed mentally and physically. So to be honest, like kind of leaning there.
What other choice do we have?
Cool. Just wanted to confirm that. That being the case, let's dance with him. See what happens. Lean into the fact that this liege who owns all of these things, if he owns all these things, someone is going to have a conflict with it, I'm sure. Someone's going to show up.
I don't know. As someone who is trained very, very, very hard to go against these old morals or these old ideas of how women are supposed to be submissive and that we're not supposed to have any sort of power, he has disrespected us here.
That's why you fix his mindset. He's not stupid.
Douchebaggery aside, I mean, the guy's old and set in his ways, and it's disgusting, yes. We don't know a lot about him right now.
No.
I say, if he does turn out to be an ally, we keep him close. And if he's our enemy, you keep your enemies closer.
I want to see his fight. Right now, he's entitled to everything.
You mean
I want to see what happens when he doesn't get what he wants. I have a
Ooh.
feeling there's a tantrum.
You're probably not wrong. In any
Yeah,
case, I'm really interested in seeing Isadora's face.
Yeah, but I'm not sure I'm ready to see that tantrum or Isadora's face when she's met with him.
What if he kills Isadora?
I don't. What if it's Tuesday? I don't.
I don't believe that.
Could we kill him?
Is that a royal we or
Yeah, we.
oh no,
Do we have anyone we can reach out to?
that weird man in the sewer?
I mean,
Yes, we have Percival.
That's it.
I might have somebody to reach out to.
We have Fiasco.
We could ask
We
each
have
of them.
Sid for all of her trouble. She sure can put
I'll
up
ask
a
Sid.
fight or start one.
I'll ask Sid. I got it. Oh my God, I have Sid's phone number.
It's amazing how you thought of that.
Yes, it was totally not because I wanted to see her butt. It's both.
I mean, who's to say? You've already seen one naked person tonight.
How do we intend to reach out to folk, as in he clearly caught me texting?
Oh, I don't think it was that texting was an issue. I think it was
Yes.
that he's reasonably paranoid about you using devices that don't make sense to him. So if he doesn't see us, you won't have to know. Is that? But so we have Sid, Fiasco,
Percy.
Percy. Is there anybody else that we want to try to get in touch with?
I have somebody else, but I would have to do it on my own.
That's okay. I mean, I can do if you have your own, I can get a hold of Sid. Percy does love you, Carmina. And to be honest, Giselle, I think Fiasco did respect your forward bluntness.
Well, the last time we saw Fiasco, he was an alligator running
Eh.
through the streets.
Hey,
So
maybe there'll be less
I
scales.
could go
this
out
time.
in the night and search for an alligator running through the streets.
So
I mean, if I was gonna find it too.
we're all gonna break up. Who's gonna babysit the ancient one?
Bastian.
He's not around.
I find it.
He's not around.
I find
Movie.
him.
You
Yeah.
stood him up,
Yeah.
and now he's throwing a tantrum.
Yes, I love this.
He didn't come to work today.
Oh,
Night.
Livy,
baby.
if you're texting Sid, Sid might know where Fiasco is.
oh, I will ask
Just
that.
let's just get that in one.
Oh, look.
So you all know that Percival doesn't have a phone. You're just gonna have to kind of yell at a pigeon and hope the message gets back to him, or yell at a seagull rather and hope the message gets back to him. You do have Sid's phone number though. What do you text Sid?
Hey, Sid, 3 things. 1, sorry about the cage, but it was hot. 2, I have some questions about a very old person. 3, have you seen Fiasco and are they still an alligator? Send.
Okay. Raina, you can absolutely do the thing you messaged me about. Let's talk about how that happens later on. Do the 4 of you continue this conversation in the Magnus Hotel lobby? Are you heading back over to the club? Is anyone at all concerned about where and what Maseo is up to?
Oh yeah, that's. I mean, I think we're back behind, but not completely
Yeah.
leaving, right?
Everyone roll me wits and awareness.
I don't know what he's doing. Plausible deniability, baby.
I have this. Oh wait, I've been rolling a blood die and I don't need one.
Yeah, remember you killed
Huh?
Barney.
Do it anyways. Oh, that's a lot. Oh my God, that's a lot. Why? 6.
Also 6.
I wanted to be stupid.
With a crit.
Okay.
7 with a crit.
Oh yeah, with 6 with the crit. I just didn't think it was.
I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Oh,
I want to be special. I didn't know what you were talking about.
Who had 7 with a crit? I'm sorry.
hang on.
Okay.
I might have missed something here. Let me just look.
I
I'm
also have
coming.
7. No crit.
Oh my
Great.
God. I'm Carmina. I'm so pretty.
Carmina and Raina. And Giselle, if it turns out you rolled above 7. As the 4 of you kind of cross the threshold back into the club, you can see the office is currently illuminated, and you can see Maceo's shadow standing there. Giselle, you spent the most time in that room. Even with fewer than 7 successes, you can tell that he is looking at the genealogy that Trevor had attached to the wall and made notes on. Raina and Carmina, you two see a blonde head of hair outside the front of the club through the porthole window there that seems to notice you and then disappear. But Maceo is back in the office at present.
Did you see that?
Why? Yeah. Why do you think she didn't want to come in?
I don't know.
To be clear, it was not Isadora blonde hair, because it's not white
Oh.
blonde. It was a blonde mohawk.
That was weird.
Blonde mohawk.
Do you know a blonde mohawk?
Mm-mm.
I don't think I know a blonde mohawk.
Louie's got it.
Mm. Mm.
No one knows blonde mohawk. No.
Anybody?
Was it someone that that worked at La Palabra? No. Fuck, we met someone with a blonde mohawk. I made notes about this.
Did you
I'm
just
checking.
texted
We
her?
met.
It's Sid.
It's Sid.
Sid had the mohawk. Oh my God, I thought it was
I
completely
forgot
different.
Sid had a mohawk.
That's
You know, I
awkward.
know there are so many, Louvie, but you've really got to keep your ladies and gentledoms straight as you kind of
That-
navigate this.
Diana, they're anything but straight.
Ha! Wordplay.
Sid. So wait, does that mean so everyone but me saw Sid?
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
over here texting Sid.
Yep.
That's sad.
Mm-hmm. No arguments here.
Blonde mohawk? Anyone?
That's
No?
Sid. Why? What about Sid? I was just texting that.
Well, we just saw them.
Where?
Outside?
Window, in and out, and then just split.
You know, Luffy, sometimes if you take your beautiful face out of the phone,
Colin.
you might actually see the world around you.
I don't like the world around me. It's sad and dark, but not in a sexy way.
There's 1 ring, 2 rings. And as you guys kind of take a few steps further into the club, you can see Maceo is absolutely staring at the genealogy there, and he's tracing his fingers down the line. Who was walking first? Who was most interested in making sure they know what's happening in that room?
I'll go.
Hey, you're the favorite.
I'm almost always going to be second in line.
Raina and Giselle, the 2 of you, as you kind of take a few steps, Carmina is looking reproachfully at Louvier as he's like dialing Sid on the phone. But you see Maceo trace down the lineage. And as he kind of follows the names of the men in each generation who seem to have led very short lives, you hear him say to himself, So that tradition is alive and well. And that's where we're going to end this evening.
No.
I wasn't expecting you to kill Barney, and I don't know why, but I'm a little sad about it. Like,
No, I love it.
All of your humans
like,
die. I hope you know
do
that.
it.
yeah, I know. First Peter, which I thought one of
I
you might
was
at least feign sadness about for 2
thrilled.
seconds, but
No.
I didn't think we were gonna
Look,
kill him right away.
I literally
Had a
sent him a
little
text
time.
saying that I was dating Carmia, and then later on I realized I
Are
have to
we?
deal with that's but he doesn't like it. I didn't expect to have to deal with him, but then it just solved itself.
it's true.
Like as bad as it is, immediately Maseo was on great terms in my eyes.
So before we do our round of outros at the end of this, I'm going to remind everyone of what is currently happening in the larger scope of things, because we still haven't addressed the fact that the police are looking for this coterie because of an arson that was committed.
Oh,
That's still a thing that's still looming out there. We do have this situation with Fiasco where he's really excited to start working with the Magnus Hotel, and now we have this whole Isadora and Maseo thing happening, and I am so excited to watch you guys try and juggle this.
And the mayor's a vampire.
Yes, yeah, and the mayor's
Been
vampire.
embraced.
And there's some
Small
crazy
details.
shit happening with like weird frenzies being. It's fine. Everything will be fine, I'm sure. On the way out.
Process.
Nothing
Hey
to
Gabe,
worry
what you up to?
about.
What's happening? What's going down in Gabe land?
I don't know. Not a whole bunch. You can find me on Twitter at Gabe James Games or across the internet. Today I went axe throwing. It was the 4th time I've ever done it, but I'm distinctly better than I ever expected. So it is now one of my favorite things. Working on all kinds of stuff. In-house game designer over at Roll20. On Tuesdays, you can find me on Shakar on that Bronze Girls channel. Tomorrow, you can find me in a level 21 shot for DM's Guild. I am playing a sentient weapon, which is a lot of fun. Literally, it's very anime. I have a person that rides me as I'm a spear, phrasing. Yeah, that's me. Gonna evacuate this because it's just gonna get worse.
Proud of you. Cynthia, what you got going on?
Wow, I'm kind of on the same level as Gabe, just kind of enjoying life, being an engineer and all that jazz, and doing some stuff. Like, it's a bunch of people's birthdays coming up, not gonna lie. Like, I'm hanging out with like a lot of friends like for birthday stuff, but I do have a small stream coming up. It is another vampire stream. I believe that one's going to be recorded and perhaps presented later, so I won't announce it right now, but I'm playing a really freaking cool NPC, like really excited for it. But I'll post all about it on my Twitter at CynDancer or Instagram Cynthia__Marie. I'm be doing some modeling for some shirts as well. So I'm excited to show you guys all of that coolness because everyone's gearing up for Halloween. Everyone's like, hey, we want to model for Halloween in August. And I was like, it's still summer. It's still summer. It's summer. No, okay, well,
August
anywho.
1st, Halloween is fair game. These are the rules. I don't make them. I
guess, but it's throwing me off here. But yeah, so come hang out with me. I talk a lot about my anxiety and mental health awareness. We have fun chats about face products because I'm really into skincare right now. Just everything that is really helping to bring down the anxiety and panic. I am a full disclosure person because I believe that everybody needs to hear everybody's story so that we can normalize mental health. That is my spiel. I love you all. This was a fun and incredible game, and I can't wait for next week.
Giselle de la Scala,
Yes.
Miss Jen Kretschmer, what's up?
Hello, I am Jennifer Kretschmer. I am a writer, creator, producer, actor, do the things. I'm also one of the authors on Candlekeep Mysteries. I am the creator of the Accessibility and Gaming Resource Guide and the Disabled Professionals in Tabletop Directory. You can find me on Twitter as @DreamWisp, where you can find links to both of those documents, as well as on Twitch, streaming as DreamWisp Jen. On Tuesdays, I am on Heroes of the Plains on Demiplane RPG on Twitch, though we are off next week. So go check out Gabe live for sure. And I am also streaming on my own channel on Mondays normally. Not this week for reasons. Coming up, we just announced that I am doing a charity game for able gamers. You can find the information on Twitter, and I will boost it again. It's a charity game with me, with Brian Posehn, Satine Phoenix is there, Blind Temple. It's an amazing lineup. It's going to be a ton of fun, and you can bid on a seat to sit at our virtual table and play with us. So please come join us and support disabled gamers in tabletop.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome game. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
it's going to be so
sounds real good.
silly. I can't wait.
Last but definitely not least, let's hear from Miss Carmina Magnus. Nora, what you got going on? I know this is a really long list.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nora Ibrahim, aka Norological on the internets. I'm a full-time nerd and actor live streamer. I also make D&D TikToks. I play multiple RPGs on different networks. You can find me on Mondays on Realmsmith. You can find me Thursdays on D&D for Black Dice Society. You can find me Saturdays on Pixel Circus for Damsels, Dice, and Everything Nice. LA by Night is coming back, so you can catch me and Cynthia in September. Let me see. I've got a couple of stream projects coming up in September also with Glass Cannon Network that you will be able to watch as a stream. Also, I will be performing with them at Gen Con, and not only at Gen Con, but also I'm going to be hopping in on one of their national tour dates in Indianapolis. That's going to be on the 18th at Helium Comedy Club. I'm sure I'm forgetting some stuff, but follow me on stuff and I'll keep you posted and updated on all that.
Told you it was a long list, guys. Told you. And I've been your storyteller this evening. My name is Diana D'Amico. You can find me on Twitter at D'Amico Diana. We've actually, Barden Barbarian has ceased our streaming for a little while. We just need a little bit of a break to reset and then dive back into it. But I do have some really cool games coming up towards the end of August, a couple charity things, and then just some fun stuff for Gen Con's online repertoire. So I'll post all of that stuff on Twitter. If you like what you see here, we do have a subreddit that one of our viewers was kind enough to put together. We share a lot of insights over there. There's a lot of kind of trivia and there's a fan fiction on there now, so I encourage you to go check that out. The Nightlife subreddit, it's good stuff. I love you guys. It's real good. It's about the Magnus Hotel, but yeah, I encourage you guys to go check that out. It's a lot of good stuff, some background things. I'm going to continue to add content there as far as information about the NPCs and things like that. And of course, hang out Wednesdays here on Play Renegade's channel. They do a lot of great vampire stuff here on Wednesdays, and it's all amazing. Particularly looking forward to all that great Sabbat material for no reason in particular. No one worry about that. Join us next Wednesday for our finale. It's going to be good, guys. I can't wait. 7:30 p.m. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.